What's up guys, this is Bebop here. So this video I'm going to be showing you how to overclock your RAM and tune your timing, which is going to help a lot with FPS in a lot of games. More specifically with Ryzen, because it helps to have very fast RAM and low timings. So let's go ahead and get started. There's going to be two things you're going to need. You are going to need DRAM calculator for Ryzen. The newest version, right now it's 1.6.2, and Typhoon Burner. I'll go ahead and include the links in the description. So I'm just going to go ahead and assume that you already downloaded all that. I'll go ahead and put it into one folder just to be a little more organized. I went ahead and named this one RAM OC. I went ahead and put DRAM calculator and Typhoon Burner in here. We're going to go ahead and open up Typhoon Burner. And this is just saying that it's the trial version. Just going to go ahead and close. So this is what's going to grab all the information from our RAM. So what we're going to do is we're going to do read. And if for the most part you should be using the same RAM. So you only really need to do this once, but we'll do it twice just in case. So we're going to read one. We're going to go ahead and hit the button that says report. We will next scroll all the way to the bottom where it says show delay in nanosections. I can't talk. Nanoseconds. Go ahead and hit that. Next, we're going to do file. Actually, we can go right here. Export. Complete HTML export. We can go ahead and call this RAM1. Go ahead and put that in the same folder. And actually, we'll just do that. It should be exactly the same since they're both the same sticks. So let's go ahead and go back into the RAM folder. This time we're going to hit DRAM calculator. And you'll notice there's also a memory test in here. Don't worry about that right now. We'll do that later. So let's go ahead and click on RYZEN DRAM calculator. Once that opens up, we're going to select our processor, Ryzen 2nd gen, since mine's the 3700X. If you have 1st gen, if you have the 2000 series, this is the 3000. Go ahead and select whatever one you have. Don't worry about all this. We're going to go ahead and do import XMP. And go ahead and browse to the file that Typhoon Burner exported to. So this one's RAM1. And if it doesn't, it should put all your information in here. But if it doesn't, I'll go ahead and show you how to get there. So we're going to go into the RAM1. Let's go ahead and put this side by side. So you'll see right here, where is it? So DRAM components, these last three digits are going to be the RAM type. So memory type, Hynix AFR, AFR. Leave this at, actually let's go ahead and put this at V1. Just leave it at V1, don't worry about that. We're going to use two DIMMs. Let's go ahead and leave BCLK, this is the block. This is only if you're overclocking your CPU or anything like that, but motherboard, this is your chipset. So I have an X370. You can go ahead and change it to whatever you have. I don't believe it supports a X570 yet, so that'll be, oh, it's right there. I'm blind. So X370, we're gonna go ahead and calculate. So what you want to do is you want to start off with safe. This is going to give you a mild overclock, fast, a little bit more, and then extreme, so on and so on. So right here for the frequency, this is what you want to hit. So if your RAM is stated for 3200, you might want to go a little bit higher. You want to start at, I don't know, 3266. So this is our target right here. We're going to go ahead and calculate safe, and it's going to give us all the numbers to input. So once you go into your BIOS, I'm going to show you that later, you're going to see DRAM timing and configuration. So this is going to show you what to put your DRAM voltage at, the minimum, recommended, max. I would probably just stick with the recommended because DDR4 goes up to about 1.5. 1.45 is probably the highest you want to go. But I would just stick with the recommended minimum. This is if you're trying to be as efficient as possible. But as you can see, it has all the information you need to put in. This needs to be done manually. The more you put in, the better. Higher chance of the overclock and the timings going down. But this is your timings, and this is all your voltage. You can go into advanced if you like. This is not really that necessary, but that's how it works. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to calculate a safe at, let's say, let's try 3266. I'm going to go for 3266 and I'll boot into my BIOS and I'll show you probably a time skip of me entering all these timings. So we are in our BIOS now. We're going to go to the overclock screen where you can set memory speed and F clock. Those want to be, you want to set the F clock double of whatever you set your memory to. So just go into the drop down and anything of what your, I'm sorry, half. You want to set it to half. Here we're in our DRAM timing screen. You can set all the timings in there. And then we're going to go into our voltage settings. So this is, we're going to set all the voltage settings you're going to see on the top right of DRAM calculator. Okay, so now that we have entered all our timings and our overclock in our BIOS, we're going to boot back up if we can boot back up. If it doesn't, it'll just try and keep posting until it eventually resets itself. But if we do boot back up, we're going to go back into the DRAM OC, or is it? Whoops. RAM OC folder. We're going to go ahead and hit DRAM calculator. We're going to open up memtest and click OK. So with Windows, it only likes to use up to like 3.5. That's what this is going to tell you pretty much. So let's go ahead and if you have 12 gigs, we want to try and use 11.5-ish. Most people typically have 8 or 16, so we're going to have to open up 3 to 4 instances of memtest. So I'm going to go ahead and do 3000 because this is counting in megabytes. Start testing. That's just saying it started. Open up another one. We'll do another 3000. I have 16 gigabytes. So how many do I have to do? 3, 6, 9, 12. So 4 to 5, depending on how much you're putting in. So 3000. And so on until you pretty much max out your RAM usage. I'll show you here. Performance. You can see it's already starting to slow down. Oh, not responding. There you go. That's how you know it's working. 84% RAM used right now. So just let this run until it gets to 100. Then you can go ahead and stop it. And if it's stable, that's good. You can go ahead and test in games. A lot of times testing, it'll work in the benchmark and then it won't work in games. So kind of find a balance between there. Once you find that they're both working, games and a stability test, then you should be all good. You can either push higher if you like, or stay where you're at and save your BIOS settings. So that's it, guys. If you think this helped, go ahead and give it a like. Follow me on Twitch. I stream multiple times throughout the week. You can go ahead and ask me questions, anything about PC building, tutorials, anything like that. Let me know what else to make videos on, and I'll see you next time. Peace.